Welcome to the Astrotherapy podcast. I am your host, Ciela Winter, and I am thrilled to dive deep into the inner realms of provocative thought while discovering an array of astrological and psychological insights to accompany us on this quest of self-inquiry. Blessings on this Leo full moon, and it is a great joy to be here with you in the luminosity that is blazing from across the cosmos from the Aquarius Sun. And into Aquarius, we are heading today with our question, how Pluto is your Aquarius? So, have you noticed that almost everyone in your circle knows that astrology exists, and even further, may have a sense of what Mercury in retrograde actually means? Now let's pull back into a more objective view. And it appears from here that we are living in a time where the exploration of self has become more accepted as not only an elective choice, but for many, a necessary act. I love this. With a magnetic pull towards tools and resources to support the journey inward, breathwork, yoga, meditation, plant medicine, astrology, sound, etc., have or are becoming heavily popularized on a mass scale, while religion is losing popularity with new generations. It's a very curious time to be observing what is happening in the realm of self-discovery. On January 20th, Pluto ingressed or moved into Aquarius. This is big news, yet it already began in the spring of 2023 before retrograding back into Capricorn. And now that it's back into Aquarius, it will plow steadily into and through this sign with only one last dip into Capricorn, September through November of this year, 2024. So this is a transit that marks a very different tone inside the arena where upheaval and illumination of both the collective and personal shadow will be taking place. So let's look back to where Pluto has been and what's been happening there. As it has been let's say a roto-rooter, I like to look at Pluto as this kind of deep vessel that goes into your inner earth, and it churns that earth and it brings whatever is in the depth up to the light. So Pluto has been roto-rooting through Capricorn, wherever that is in your chart, which rules both politics and the art that results as an emotional response to said politics. Aquarius represents a cultural exchange between the individual rebel and the status quo, yet this plays out through society intending to improve conditions. This passing of the baton, from my perspective, indicates an eventual revolution from the selfish to the communal, again out of necessity, and combined with other heated transits on the horizon, which we'll talk about in the future. And this passing of the baton is also to deconstruct the dissolve between rigid structures that were exposed during Pluto in Capricorn. Now, in this new era, technology will be the vehicle that feeds that revolution for better or worse. Aquarius is an air sign of bold vision mixed with an aristocratic flavored intellect. There is a very high bar, in other words, to reach to gain the respect of an Aquarian as they see the potential and expect you to live it. With Saturn and Uranus ruling this sign, know that both discipline and unexpected eccentricity are just part of the daily ritual of being Aquarius. So where is Aquarius in your chart, and what does Pluto diving through this house mean for you? So here's a note from me, and that's my neighbor's dog. You can experience Pluto in more than one house when considering your natal chart, your solar return charts, and your sun sign or ascendant horoscope. So there's various ways of reading your chart at any given time when exploring a transit such as Pluto moving through a sign. So it's good to know the difference and the layers of potency in each one, which I'm happy to discuss with you at another time. If you wish to book a session with me to go deeper into this transit for yourself and what this means for you, please do note that I require a natal reading as a foundation for our mutual understanding, from which we can then dive deeper. And then after that, the exploration is unlimited. We can go anywhere you want. Astrotherapy is a reciprocal relationship. It's one of reading the stars and revealing the insights from within. And this is based upon your authentic desire to know yourself and the extent to which you want to explore. And I digress. Okay, so where is Aquarius in your chart, and what does Pluto diving through this house mean for you? Okay, so once you know the house where Aquarius lives in your chart, you can work with the current invitation for your inner work based on these themes. So now we're going to go house by house. So if Pluto is moving through your first house, your very identity is unfolding in new ways, and your appetite for self-discovery will be driven up several notches. Insecurities will be exposed, but thankfully, the light will dissolve the ones you are willing to let go of, leaving you freer to be who you truly are. If Pluto is moving through your second house, everything inside the decisions you make regarding your money, time, and relationships, and from where you make them, are under penetrating review. Your values and principles are shaken and stirred as if rearranged by an internal earthquake, leaving you a bit tumbled, yet with clarity on what really matters. If in your third house, this is a time of returning to innocence, a journey of discovering the habits and patterns of mind that have been at the forefront of your everyday gestures and articulation. You may find yourself in a complete overhaul of your inner dialogues, which will inevitably impact your communication. If in your fourth house, whispers of ancient memories start to weave their way through your veins as lineage and ancestry start to reveal themselves in unforeseen ways. Your sense of home will dramatically change over time, and you most likely will move while discovering the deeper meaning of both your residence and your participation within your family. If in your fifth house, anything that has been in the way of your creativity is now being worked out from the depths. This may have been writer's block, a feeling of some mysterious entity lodged in your throat, or a lack of confidence to express yourself and dance as if no one is watching. So either during this transit, definitely by the end of this transit, they will be watching you and you will be dancing. If Pluto is moving through your sixth house while in Aquarius, you will now be asked to get your ducks in a row in regard to your work, how you serve, and to whom. Getting organized on this thorough level will have lasting effects on the very health of your body and mind, and where you resist, you will know too quickly. Go for the gold and embrace new disciplines. If moving through your seventh house, the mirrors in your life become real. Your intimate relationships in both business and romantic partnerships take on a new level of intensity as reflections of your inner psyche. This transit is a rearranging of self to know what truly lives between you and others. If in your eighth house, Pluto, although in Aquarius, because Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next 18 years or so, will be right at home in the deep well of your inner sanctum, because this is your eighth house. The hidden becomes seen, the shadow is exposed, and the darkness is illuminated as you transform through the cycles of birth and death on the regular. Enjoy. You will be new after the transit. If in your ninth house, you will be pushed to the edges of your current reality. What we believe determines our perceptions, and you are on a journey of developing a new personal philosophy. So this is an adventure of expanding your mind and clearing out any dogmas or rigid notions that were instilled in you rather than emergent from within. If in your 10th house, a rumbling is occurring in your personal authority with a call to reevaluate your power and how you wield it in relationship to the world through your career path. What has held you back from finding peace in your relationship with your path is now surfacing to be acknowledged, scrutinized, and transformed. If Pluto is moving through your 11th house, you may not quite feel at home in one group over another for too long. Let me say that again because I was just tripping over my words right there. You may not feel quite at home in one group over another for too long. This is a time of exploring how you relate and participate in the reflections of your friendships and your communities. During this transit, you will come to know who your true friends are and have the opportunity to polish the relationships that are most meaningful to you. If Pluto through Aquarius is moving through your 12th house, you are being called into deeper realms of mystery within you. This is a time of deep contemplation and reflection on the meaning of life and your participation in it. What motivates you may change, and more so from where you orient yourself to the bigger picture. Meditation is your friend. As I mentioned, you may actually be experiencing more than one of these, depending on which chart you're referring to and to which layers of mind you are working. If interested in exploring more about Pluto in general and where it's been, for example, in these last 16 years or so, or however long it was in Capricorn, we'll link those articles to the journal that you can find on my website. So for now, for this transit, under the gorgeous moonlight that Leo is now providing us via the sun in Aquarius, all my best to you, and please receive the peace of my heart that lives inside these words.